It turns out the #1 stunner just got stunned himself, and it's hitting Birdman where it hurts, his pride in his pockets. The word on the curb, he's finally pulling the curtain back on what allegedly went down between him and Toni Braxton. According to Birdman, she bled him financially, bailed when the cash dried up, and now she's supposedly on the edge of going broke again. Not miss Unbreak My Heart, facing financial woes once more. But let's not act brand new. History with money issues runs deep. 2 bankruptcies, a taste for extravagance, and a pattern that's raising eyebrows. Now that Birdman's talking, the entire story is shifting. People in Toni's corner claim he's just salty and trying to rewrite the narrative. But there's real debate out here. Did Toni actually finesse him? Let's walk through the claims, the cash trail, and the drama that followed, because this might just be one of the wildest R&B relationship sagas we've seen. This isn't just another love song gone wrong, this is pure chaos. Allegedly, Toni Braxton tried to exit their marriage with a whopping $160 million in hand after less than 1 month of being Birdman's wife. Yes, you read that right. Sources say she dipped just 2 days post-wedding and then filed for divorce within a few weeks, claiming the marriage was beyond repair. If that number's even half true, we're not talking spousal support, we're talking Ocean's 11 level nerve. Given her financial history, lavish spending, prior bankruptcies, and shaky money moves, people are beginning to wonder if the whole thing was a setup from the jump. So now the internet's asking, did she marry the #1 stunner just for the payday? And how did Birdman not see this coming? Fans are floored that Toni thought she deserved $160 million for a 48-hour marriage. Some are siding with Birdman, labeling her a gold digger. Because how do you bounce after 2 days and still demand a fortune? Even though their official split happened back in 2019. Things got weird again in 2023. Birdman says Toni reappeared, dropping flirty hints and trying to rekindle what they had. At first he wasn't interested, he'd moved on. But she didn't. Let up, one thing led to another, and they were back together. Fast forward to August 8th, 2024, they tied the knot. And 2 days later, boom, divorce papers. Her legal filing listed August 10th as the separation date. It's left everyone wondering, what happened in those 2 days? The internet exploded when news broke of her $160 million claim. Even 50 Cent chimed in, roasting the situation on Instagram. Now watch women say, if you sucked D for 16 years, you'd want to be paid too. Yikes. But back to the main drama, Birdman now believes Toni was never in it for love, just for his fortune. And honestly, given the timeline, a lot of folks see where he's coming from. His net worth, roughly $160 million. And allegedly, Toni wants every last cent. Fans can't believe she didn't even last a full week in the marriage. Meanwhile, Birdman's reportedly furious, accusing her of being a gold digger and demanding she put some respect on his name. No sugarcoating, he feels played. And insiders say there's even more tea. When she couldn't get cash directly, she allegedly tried to offload some of his jewelry. As scandalous as this sounds, it's really not shocking if you've followed Toni's financial past. She was a megastar in the 90s, but somehow lost it all twice. Her first bankruptcy came in 1998, stunning fans who assumed someone with platinum records had platinum savings. Then, in 1999, the money mess continued, with brutal headlines. She even appeared on Oprah to set the record straight, but it backfired when Oprah grilled her spending habits. Instead of accountability, Toni fired back, calling Oprah harsh and casting herself as a victim on national TV.
Braxton! She was so freaking mean to me. I was in shock.
Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me. What do you mean? And immediately she made me feel this big. That moment completely changed my career. It made people look down on me.
She did manage to bounce back after her first bankruptcy. And for a moment, it seemed like she'd finally regained control. But that calm didn't last long. In 2010, she filed for bankruptcy again, only this time, it was an even deeper plunge. Reports said her debts ranged anywhere from $10 million to a staggering $50 million. That's not just financial strain, that's a complete collapse. She attributed the downfall to her Las Vegas residency being canceled, which followed a serious heart condition diagnosis. But that was only one layer. Behind the scenes, she was tangled in insurance disputes, denied coverage, and drowning under a growing stack of unpaid taxes. Since then, Toni's been fighting a quiet battle just to stay above water. And the numbers are telling their own story. Her music isn't charting like it once did. Her most recent album barely moved 7,000 units and peaked at a disappointing 163 on the Billboard 200. The previous one, around 16,000 copies sold. For someone who once ruled the charts, these stats are flashing warning signs. With record sales fading fast, her primary income stream shifted to the Braxton Family Values reality series. But even that light has dimmed. The buzz around the show has slowed significantly, and without the push of chart success or constant media presence, the financial tension has been mounting. That's why fans are starting to ask, was her reunion with Birdman really about rekindled lavish survival? There had already been murmurs that Toni was dangerously close to filing for bankruptcy a third time. And then, out of nowhere, she popped back up in Birdman's orbit, despite them being separated for more than 4 years. The timing raised serious eyebrows. To many, it looked less like a romance revival and more like a calculated return to the bag, not the man. Let's keep it real, when they got back together in 2023, everyone was confused. Toni had publicly declared the relationship over, saying there was no chance of a reunion. She made it crystal clear. So when she did a full U-turn and suddenly started cozying up to Birdman again, it didn't sit right with fans. Something felt off. Now, with Birdman speaking out and airing every bit of their messy past, people are beginning to wonder if the whole thing was a long con. Even before the latest drama exploded, fans had already picked up on weird vibes between them, especially after that painfully awkward 2022 interview on Tamron Hall. If you recall, Toni was there to talk about her lupus diagnosis. A moment meant to be emotional and intimate, but when Tamron brought up Birdman, everything shifted. Toni froze, avoided eye contact, and the energy instantly went cold. You could feel it through the screen. Something behind the scenes just wasn't right.
And you said, I'm just not feeling it anymore. And then you came back.
Yeah. I think it's when I was first diagnosed with having lupus, I was so down. I was so depressed. And the doctors told me I would never be able to work again. Your music career is over. But the man upstairs had a whole other plan for me.
Yeah.
But at the time,
honestly, keeping track of this whole Toni and Birdman roller coaster has never been easy. Their relationship has been a non-stop loop of breakups and makeups since all the way back in 2016. And even when they were supposedly together, it never really added up for most people. Remember in 2018 when Birdman went all out and proposed? He showed up with that jaw-dropping $5 million yellow diamond ring, big, bold, and impossible to ignore. It had the internet buzzing and felt like a straight-up fairy tale moment. But after that, nothing. No wedding, no solid follow-up, just a wave of rumors and an uncomfortable silence. The whole engagement felt more like a PR stunt than a genuine connection. Something about it just didn't ring true.
Okay, you're engaged.
I'm engaged.
He did good, right?
He did well, right? Very well. He did good.
But there's no date.
But the wedding never seemed to happen. It kept getting pushed back, postponed again and again, with Toni chalking it up to bad timing. Still, fans weren't convinced. Then came the biggest red flag of all. Toni reportedly lost the $5 million engagement ring. Yep, $5 million gone. She claimed she accidentally left it on a flight. The bag made its way back to her, but the ring completely vanished. Now, how does someone misplace a diamond that size? That's where things start to sound shady. Word on the street is Toni didn't lose that ring. She may have quietly pawned it to deal with mounting debts. And to be honest, given her financial past, it wouldn't be the wildest twist. Desperate times, desperate moves. So she allegedly sold the one thing she had with real value, Birdman's $5 million gift. At first, Birdman didn't raise a fuss. He bought the story and even shrugged it off during an interview, acting like it wasn't a big deal. But if the rumors are true, that calm exterior didn't last. When he finally discovered what actually happened, that's when the cracks started showing. The ring wasn't missing, it had been sold, allegedly behind his back. And once that truth came out, the trust was shattered.
Piece of the jewelry, that $5 million engagement rings from Birdman, honey, just gone, honey. So Toni Braxton is trying to get her engagement ring back. Now, one of the questions I want to know is
I know
why?
They tried to make things work, but the trust was already shattered. The engagement was called off, and soon after, the entire relationship collapsed. Fast forward a few years, and it looks like Toni's back playing the same financial chess game, but this time, Birdman's not moving any pieces. From the outside looking in, It seems he's finally caught on to the cycle and isn't about to be played twice. When you connect the dots, the mysteriously lost $5 million ring, the double bankruptcies, and that jaw-dropping $160 million divorce demand after just 48 hours of marriage, that starts to paint a pretty clear picture. Birdman might have been head over heels in the beginning, but now he's seeing it for what it really was. And he's making it no more silence. No more sugarcoating. If the whispers are true. Toni didn't just lose her shot with Birdman, she may have been chasing his wallet from the start. But as the truth continues to surface, the real question becomes, what's the cost of exposure? Is Birdman just airing out dirty laundry because he's bitter? Or is he finally peeling back the curtain on a version of Toni Braxton the public never really saw? Either way, one thing's crystal clear. This saga, it's messy, it's complicated, and it's nowhere near over.